it is. Had to start my hike from a different spot because there's our current rescue operation going on, but pretty much going to get on the trail from here on out. It's I was able to get on an earlier shuttle. It's about noon, whereas my original shuttle was supposed to depart at 2. So maybe I'll be able to hike a little bit further today than I anticipated. A lot of people think it's a bad idea to do this by yourself, but that's apparently what the ongoing rescue operation is for a solo hiker. Oh well. Alright, well, I've probably gone over about a half a mile, and I haven't yet made it to Crater Lake, which is like the next little marker or waypoint or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm sweating. Definitely having to earn it, and this is the easy part. Like, we haven't even started the intense climb. I'm hoping to go around 6.5 miles, 2,500 feet of elevation gain today. I have reached the fork where, so this is a loop. Most people go clockwise, which would entail me going that way. But I'm actually going to go counterclockwise. Counterclockwise is a little bit steeper, but because I'm not getting a full day of hiking in today, I want to do a steeper day when my legs are fresh. Well, making my way up to Buckskin. Probably gone about 2 miles or so. I haven't looked at my GPS. Passed a couple of folks, mostly going down. But yeah, it's pretty chill. Apparently there's some snow at the top. There's a little snow drift I gotta go over. At least that's what one of the folks was saying that I passed. Plenty of water. I asked him about streams, so I'm not really worried about staying properly hydrated. But yeah, it's just a great day. Very, it's warm. It's not like a bluebird day, but it's certainly a great day weather-wise. I can't complain. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Chilling at a campsite on my way, still up on my way up to Buckskin. Just having a little rest, having a little snack. I got about probably over 2 miles to go till I get to the top of Buckskin, or maybe around 2 miles. I'm not sure how accurate my measurement is, but slowly, steadily, just making my way up. We'll see how far I can get today. But yeah, so far this is a great hike. It's a great day, very scenic. And plenty of campsites. I've been seeing a few people here and there. In case you're wondering, that bit of snow up there, that's Buckskin Pass. And that's where I'm heading. So I was just moseying up to Buckskin, ran into a sign. Buckskin on the left, Willow on the right. That must be Willow Pass. And that's Buckskin. Alrighty, well, drinking some of my water, trying to lighten my load before I head up to the pass. Ran into some people coming the other direction who are doing this also in 3 days. So that's nice to, it's like when I was talking to the rangers at the trailhead, they were looking at me like I was crazy when I was telling them I was trying to do it in 3 days. But, I see a lot of people on all trails leaving 3-day reports, so it seemed pretty feasible, even though I'm not in like apex shape right now. But yeah, so just game plan is to get up and over this pass, probably find a spot to camp. And these guys are telling me that just past me that there's plenty of campsites, so I'm feeling pretty good. And there's ample water, so I'm not too worried about it. That's why I'm drinking a lot of the water that I have right now, just to, you know, lighten my load up a little bit. Just making my way up. That's where I'm going. As you can see, there's a few other people ahead of me. I'm actually catching up to them pretty good, because they just started this back when I was sitting down over there before. Anyway, so just wanted to give a little update, because one thing I found throughout my time adventuring is that if you don't check in, it's easy to just have the entire hike go by, and before you know it, you have no footage. Well, I made it on top. It's pretty chill. Sometimes when you are on terraces, I think that's what those called, or traverses, I can't remember, when the steps go back and forth like that, they zigzag. Sometimes you just kind of get in a zone, and it's really nice because you can get built-in brakes at every turn. And I was able to catch up to this family that's up here. They're coming in from North Carolina. I'm standing on this snowbank. But yeah, so far off to a good start. Apparently from here, the rest of my day is going to be smooth sailing, fingers crossed. We'll see how far I can get. Like I said, my self-prescribed goal was around 6 miles. And I've gone about half of that. But it's downhill from here until I get to Snowmass Lake, I believe, and that's where the next pass is, Traveler's Pass or something like that. Can't remember exactly what it's called. Well, I'm going to take some footage and show you the other side of the pass. It's crazy how much going down after a huge pass kind of lifts your spirits a little bit. So, not sure when y'all will see me next, but hopefully it's at Snowmass Lake. Well, that's where I'm coming from. Got a little stream trickling. I'm probably getting close to where I was originally planning on camping. And that is where I'm headed. This type of scenery is my jam. As you can see, we've dipped back in under the tree line. And just walking my way through the forest. And another reason why I kind of like this terrain is because it's a lot nicer to walk on these nice dirt trails than a bunch of shale and rock that you usually walk on when you're above the tree line. So, I'm stoked. Just popped into this scenic opening. You can see the trail goes down into that valley. What the hell is that? I don't know if the mic's picking that up, but something's banging over there. Probably just another person or a squirrel or something. Not in Sasquatch turf. I just flushed a deer and it ran straight up this hill. Wasn't able to catch him. Wait a minute. Nope, I wasn't able to catch it on camera, unfortunately, but folks, this is why elk hunting is hard, because the deer just went straight up that hill like it was nothing. And I don't know if it conveys how steep that is on the camera, but let me tell you, it's like straight up. Maybe this will give you a better reference. Not as steep as that, but still. I mean, it bleeds right into that, so. Shout out to deer. Just went into another scenic opening. Wonder if I'm gonna have to cross that. People talked about stream crossings on the AllTrails reports. Looks like we got our first stream crossing pretty easy. Got the log. I can probably get to the end of that log and make it to that rock. And then I should be smooth sailing from there. I almost got off trail for a little bit, but spider sense was tingling, looked at the GPS and brought me to this, now I'm back on the trail. Well, mostly made it to Snowmass Lake. Just got to get there and find a camping spot. Hopefully it's not too crowded. Well, here's the lake. It is crowded like I thought it would be, but I'm sure I'll be able to find a campsite eventually. It sure is pretty. A little bit off the beaten path, but I did find a marked campsite that was unoccupied near Snowmass Lake, and it's right next to some water. There's a stream crossing right over there that's running really good, so I'm pretty stoked about this campsite. So I'm probably gonna rest my feet for a little bit, maybe finish off my water, pitch my tent, and then I don't know. We'll see what I'm doing for the rest of the night. It's 7:45 about, and let me flip y'all around and give you a look at this campsite. So got a nice table right there, fire pit, but currently can't do fires this time of year, and plenty of flat ground and logs to choose from. Pretty isolated too. I don't think there's anyone else around here, but you never know. Alright, and as far as for how far I've gone today, I think I went about almost 9 miles. Not too shabby. Alright, well, gonna set up my tent. Alright, well, I'm in buck mode. I got the buff covering my face because they're out. But yeah, here is the stream crossing that is right around my campsite that I mentioned earlier when I was setting up the campsite. And so I'm just going to find a spot in here to refill my water. And then because this is a nice bench, I might actually just cook dinner right here and eat sitting on that bench kind of looking at the water. So I can get 1 liter at a time out of this. I got my water going. It's literally just put it on. Might be a 10 minutes, 5 minutes before it starts boiling. But what's for dinner is this chili mac with beef, and there's like a spicy sauce. So classic mountain house for the old backpacking trip. But yeah, I'm gonna get this water going, and then Mountain House is great because you can just use the pouch to like cook the meal. You just pour the water into the pouch and seal it and wait 10 minutes and you're off to the races. So the chili is pretty good. It's hitting the spot. It's starting to get a little dark on me. So I'm probably just gonna finish eating up clean up after myself, stow my food in my stow my bear sack, and probably call it after that. All right, well, I'm in my tent. I got my night clothes on and my sleeping bag out, or I should say my quilt, and just getting ready to call it. It was a great day. Had a lot of fun. Really glad I came. So far the weather's been amazing, and I made it further than I anticipated on the first day, so all things considered, off to a good start. Well, it's almost 7:20 in the morning. Got my tent packed up, everything squared away mostly. I just was packing up my my pack, and I realized that I need to go fetch my bear bag. So, walking back to where I stowed it last night in this other campsite. And I think I might walk to that lake, Snowmass Lake, and have some coffee, and then get on the trail for the day. All right, there's my bag. Easy to find. I hitched it to this tree. I mean, honestly, if a bear wanted to get at this, it probably could. Here it is, though. Fancy knots. It's a sheet blend. Secured it on these ends with these hitches. All right, well, time to get back to camp and get some coffee in me. Just came up on Snowmass Lake from above this time, because the trail that I'm on doesn't really go down to the shore, but I wanted to camp near it yesterday, so I did. Sure is pretty. Now that I have a view, I'm gonna find a spot to brew up some coffee. So here's where I am having some coffee, taking a look at Snowmass Lake, and ran into another group of hikers that are going the same direction and pretty much have the same agenda that I have. And they were hoping for 12 miles today, which I think I could probably do because I'm going to be starting a lot earlier. So, all right. So I had my coffee and I ate some Cliff Bars. So I'm about to hit the trail and start churning for the day. Hopefully, if something looks cool, I'll check in. Making my way across a rock pile here, and got a different view. Snowmass Lake. What's up, little guy? Alright, I am pretty much on top of Switzerland Lake, getting close to the next pass, which is called Trail Rider Pass, which I think is right up through here. You can see some trails along that. You might not be able to make them out on the camera, but who knows. And then, so yeah, here's the lake that I've been kind of hiking along. And I'm probably, I guess I'd be able to get a better view of this whole area once I get up on top of Trail Rider Pass, but this seemed like a nice spot to stop and smell the roses, so. All right, just gearing up to begin Trail Rider Pass. About to drink some water to lighten my load like I did yesterday, and then maybe rearrange some of my pack. I'm a little heavy on one side, so I'm going to carry my water on my other side, opposite side to where I carry my camera, just to balance me out a bit. But it's It's a great morning. Whew, I'm really excited to be out here, and the scenery is amazing. It's probably going to be even better when I get up there. So making my way up, maybe about halfway, hopefully more. A few people on my tail. And this, you sure got to earn it when you're coming up these alpine passes. I haven't even looked at my altitude, but we are at 12,123 feet. So I can't be that far off, just a couple hundred feet, which visually is what it looks like when I look. So, alright, basically at the top more or less, but I'm still kind of on the inside of the pass, or at least the inside from the way that I came. So, I wanted to get some footage of this side, and then I'm sure I'll see what it looks like on the other side of the pass. Well, as you can see, this side of the pass is amazing as well. There's some poor souls making their way up. This is the ridge line. I'm sure a lunatic scramble and get up on top of that. And you can see there's another lake down yonder. And the trail kind of runs along that lake. I'm not sure. You can probably see that. Taking a little 5-minute break on the top of the trail rider, having a Cliff Bar, and so I've got 2 passes down, 2 to go. One after this is called Frigidaire Pass. That's a little bit lower than this. Probably have to I'm probably gonna lose like 1,000 feet and then have to climb back up again. But hey, that's what I signed up for. But wow, couldn't ask for a better day. I might put some sunscreen on again because I was sweating a lot going up that pass, so should reapply. So, you know, trying to make my way down to the next pass, Frigidaire. It's been pretty epic down climb, which I feel like steep down climbs are harder on the body than steep up climbs, but I'm going down into that valley. I can see the trail kind of taking me down that way. So, making pretty good progress. But on to the next pass, Frigidaire. Well, I ran into one of the groups that was ahead of me earlier today and caught up with them, and just finished the down climb from Trail Riders Pass. And now you can see making my way to Frigidaire, which is right behind me. It's very scenic, as y'all can tell. And yeah, just gearing up to you know, getting prepped mentally to take on this next pass. The body feels pretty good. You know, I've obviously felt better, but I was like kind of like going down at a faster pace just because I feel like it's easier on your legs. You don't have to spend as much time fighting your downhill momentum if you just kind of jog a little bit. But that's harder on your foot pads when you're slapping the ground like that. So, oh well, I'm not in a bad spot. I'm in a good spot. So, feeling pretty good for this next pass. We'll see what happens when I get on top of a Frigidaire, because those down climbs take a lot out of you. Alright, so you can see here I am in this forested area, and my elevation's around 10,000 feet or so. It's about 10.2, and I've pretty much bottomed out, and from here on out I'm going to slowly start gaining elevation until I get up here to Frigidaire Pass. You can see right here, this is probably around 11.5, getting out of the tree line, which it is. at 11.5-ish. And then here is the Frigidaire Pass right there. You can see there's a bunch of terraces. And then what's got me feeling good is that, so Trail Rider and Frigidaire are pretty far apart. You can see I've had to hike this entire... yep, there. Yeah, so it's all the way from here to where I am, right there, plus through this forest steady up climb all the way. But what's nice is that if you look at the distance between Frigidaire Pass and West Maroon, not only are they closer in elevation to each other, so I don't have to do as epic as a down climb, but they're nowhere near as far. In fact, that's West Maroon Pass right there. So, what I have set out for today, and it's almost noon right now, is to get to the downside of West Maroon Pass and maybe camp in this tree line area right here. And then on my final day, all I'll have to do is hike a couple miles out. There's Crater Lake. There's the Maroon Bells path, there's Maroon Bells, and that's it. And then I gotta get on a shuttle and then a bus to take me back to the Brush Creek Intercept parking lot. And so yeah, just taking a break, letting my feet kind of chill for a little bit and drinking some water before I get back on the trail for this steady up climb to Frigidaire. It's also good to get an understanding of the hike by looking at the elevation profile. So on the first day I did that, and then probably camped around here. Right now, I'm like right down here at the bottom. So I have to go up and then down a little bit, then up, and then start to go down a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to call out earlier, is that Trail Rider and Frigidaire have a whole lot of ground to cover between them, and not so much between Frigidaire and West Maroon. So when you look at it like this, it's a lot more optimistic. I think that's the biggest stream I've seen so far. Okay, so I made it to a stream crossing, the most ambitious one yet, but I don't even think I'm going to need to take my shoes off. It looks like there's a path through the rocks I can take. Let me show y'all. So, looks like if I am fancy with my footwork, I can probably skip along rocks. I don't know. It's a pretty big gap between some of those rocks closer to me. Maybe I should just take my shoes off. Well, I made it across, but it wasn't flawlessly executed. I had to dip into the water a little bit. I don't think, my feet might be kind of wet. I'm really not too worried about it because of the wool socks that I have on. And these boots are somewhat waterproof. It's not like I went in like below my ankle, but sometimes, I don't know, looks easier than actually doing it. Well, I came up on this waterfall, and it's gushing all right. Making my way back up the hillside, starting my climb. Those are all from the waterfall. You can see this stream feeds into the waterfall. I'm above it now. Waterfall's pretty much right over that overhang. I'm at a nice flat spot in my climb, and so far smooth sailing. Pretty sure that this is going to be the most difficult climb that I have to do the rest of the day, despite the fact that I have a whole nother pass after this, after I get on top of Frigid Air. But the down climb between Frigid Air and West Maroon is shorter, and it's only about 500 feet. So I'm actually going from 10,000 to 12.3 or 12.4 right now. So this is the biggest kind of climb I got to do today. And then hopefully it's just, I'll be able to zip through Frigid Air onto West Maroon and take my time finding a campsite. Well, I lost the trail somehow, but I'm not too far from it based upon my GPS, but still don't see it. It should be 100 meters straight ahead. I was on a game trail. I could see deer tracks and elk tracks. Not a human trail, but just a little diversion. And hopefully I'll be back on the regular trail in no time. Guess I'll show y'all what kind of terrain I'm in. It's just, you know, straight back country. I just came up down from down there a little bit, and still haven't intersected with the trail, but I'm sure I'll get there in no time. So I can't be too far because I'm seeing a piece of blue cloth hanging right there. So I think that's got to be where the trail's at. Someone must be taking a swim. Well, that's a relief. And once again, here's the terrain that I'm in right now, trying to ramble my way back to the trail. Alright, so I actually didn't have to go that far. There's that piece of cloth that caught my eye. There's people set up with the camp, in the camp over there. And here's the actual trail. I've probably lost some elevation. And I just kind of came straight down over that ridge right there. Fun, fun, fun. So, back on the road. Here's some more of that stream that fed into the waterfall. I just ran into a group of folks. And I don't think we can see Frigid, but it's probably on the other side of that stand of trees right there. Still got a ways to go. Well, I've got to be getting closer. I sure hope that that's not Frigid Air Pass. That's those mountains over there, because that is pretty far. Still in the tree line. Just stopped for a 5-minute break or so. Let my feet rest. And just saw some folks coming down from where I'm going to head up towards Frigid Air Pass. It's about a mile, maybe a little bit more, 1.18 miles. Probably more than that. And probably like 1,000 feet of elevation I got to climb. So there's not really any camping sites between Frigid Air and West Maroon, so and let's see what time it is. I think it's like 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2:15. So I got plenty of time to do this, I feel like, to at least get, well, we'll play it by ear. But I'm basically committing to getting over both of these passes. My body feels not bad. But yeah, I can just, once I get over this, I'm feeling like I'm going to be in pretty high spirits. And so we'll see what happens when I get on top of this Frigid Air Pass. Probably take me, I don't know, hour. The folks who passed me said they've been walking down for over an hour. Maybe I just walked down faster. I don't know. They had a dog, so maybe that changes how fast you can walk or not. Alright, so for the longest time, I kept thinking that this was going to be Frigid Air, and it was really dampening my spirits because obviously that's far as hell. But that's not the case. Pretty sure it's over here on the right, so, maybe straight ahead, maybe the low point in between those two high spots. I think it's where I'm heading. So I feel a lot better, and I actually don't think it's going to take me, like, I don't know, an hour. It's surprising to hear it took those people an hour to down climb to where I was before on my last video update, but well, that looks like where I'm heading. Alright, so it doesn't look like the pass is over there, but it is over here. In fact, you can see the steps that I'm about to go up. So I'm game for that, man. I'm gonna go over there, take another fiver, eat some Cliff Bars, maybe one or two. Wish I had something with some sugar in it just to give me some cheap energy. But that does not look bad at all. Looks like Maroon Bells, but from the other side. Can't be sure, but it's close. So, well, I'm about to start my climb. I've been chilling for 10 minutes. I ate 2 Cliff Bars and drank most of my water. And you can see the pass behind me, kind of. I don't know if the shot's lined up, but it's behind me. I'm about to go. I'm stoked. Let's do this. Well, just working my way. Not too much more to go. You can see there's some folks coming down. Alright. I made it. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty beat, but after this, 700 down, 700 up. Oh my gosh. Hold up. Got an marmot. Oh, my good luck charms. But yeah, here's the, I've been filming this view. But this is the side that I just came up of Fresh Air Pass. Looks great. I'll show y'all what the other side is. Gotta walk down this ways a little bit. Well, I just dropped into the down climb of Frigid Air Pass. Apparently it is 2 point something miles or so to the next pass and only 700 feet down, 700 feet up. So I feel like from here on out, the worst is behind me. Hopefully I can get down West Maroon to the point where I find a good campsite that's not too high. So I probably got, like, I don't know, maybe 3 miles, 4 miles left today. I've already gone over 18 total, so maybe about, I don't know, 10 or 11 so far today. So my working theory is that that is West Maroon Pass. So it's nice when you can see your destination. Just makes things a lot more, makes the motivation come easier, in my opinion. Alright, so where I was filming just a second ago was a little bit up there. It's way steeper. I feel a lot more comfortable filming now. But this is amazing. Talk about great views. Definitely feel like I'm going to accomplish my goal today of getting over West Maroon and finding a great campsite on the way down. Nothing like walking down a mountain pass to lift your spirits up, because I just feel like a total 180 than when I was on the other side of Frigid Air Pass getting ready to come up. I was uncertain at that time if I was going to be able to even make it through my day, but right now that I have a pretty high level of confidence in that I'll be able to do that. So from here on out, should be relatively smooth sailing. And that's where I was just a couple of minutes ago. Okay, I just crossed some fellows that seemed pretty informed, and they said that that is actually not West Maroon, but it's actually closer, but it's not visible from my current vantage. Apparently it's going to be on the left of probably when you can see that's the trail. Probably when I sneak around that hill, I'll be able to see it. Well, I was able to come across the stream. Just drank about 0.8 liters. So almost a full liter. And wow, it sure is pretty. You can see the clouds working on these You can see the clouds working on these mountains. Well, I am at the cutoff for West Maroon Pass. Must be somewhere up there. Don't think I can actually see the pass from here, but it's reassuring. Another 700 feet or so to go. Well, making my way up. I feel like I can see some of the terraces, but well, there's a guy right up there actually. So this must be some of the terraces. And that must be where the actual pass is. Alright, well, feeling really good. Ready to knock this out. Looks like there's one of the cutbacks right there. That's probably one of the last ones. So I think you end up right around there. And that's some other guy I bumped into at the last pass. Just making my way up. This last pass. I came up that trail and on the switchback where that's where I was about 3 or 4 minutes ago, right where those dudes are sitting. And it's a pretty straightforward climb from here. This one is nowhere near as tricky as the last one that I went on, but a little bit more stoked to do this, and I didn't have as big as a hike before this. So, onward. It's getting super close. It's right around the pile. This little zigzag, then I'm probably home free. I made it. Officially at the top of West Maroon Pass. And it feels great being up here. Wasn't that bad. This was probably the easiest pass, I feel like. And here's what it looks like on the other side of the pass. Looks kind of steep getting down. We'll figure that out. I'll just make my way down the downside of West Maroon Pass. Got to a spot where I felt comfortable filming because at first it was kind of sketchy walking down from the top. But the spot's not bad. That's where I'm heading. And I guess from here on out it's about finding a campsite. Let's make my way down. Still at around 1,200 feet. Alright, well, found a campsite. It's not the best, it's a little high. I'm over 11,000 feet. Cover's not the best because, at this level, kind of above the tree line or at the tree line, but I was able to, if it doesn't rain, I'll be fine. And, well, even if it does rain, I'll be fine, unless there's a torrential downpour. I got some cover to break the wind with these trees right here, but, more importantly, this campsite's close to water and everything that you need. So I wasn't sure how taken the campsites were going to be down the trail, so I figured I might as well just claim this one and move on with my life. Alright, well, got my tent set up, sleeping bag ready to rock, got my air pad blown up, and all that remains is I'm gonna get water and make dinner. Let me check the time. It's 7:38. So all along I was like, if I can get camp set up by 8, I'll be good. Probably could have kept going, but honestly, it feels good to just rest. I didn't really, well, I'm sure I won't regret camping here tonight, fingers crossed. It's already colder. I haven't worn my jacket all day or the entire time I've been out here. But because I'm at 1,100 feet or something, obviously it's a little chillier up here. I'm not really worried about it. I have a 20-degree bag. My quilt is rated to 20 degrees. So off to the river to get some water and then find a place to cook dinner. As you can see, that's the trail that sneakily leads to my campsite in a bunch of juniper bushes and yes, mountains. And the stream is right over yon. So, not too far to have to go after going quite far. Today I had to have gone over 12 miles. I won't know for sure till I look at the track that I upload from my GPS when I get back. So dinner tonight is chicken fried rice. Look at that big old hunk of chicken. That's going to be gross, chewing on this. That'll be fun. I'm going to let that get a little bit more of a roll in the boil. And then Mountain House time. So I'm using this rock for my dinner table. And I'm just going to let the Mountain House cook. Pretty good day. I am on the downside of West Maroon Pass. And then from here on out, it's just downhill. Probably like 4 or 5 miles. I don't know. I'll figure it out tomorrow. But I gotta get up early tomorrow. I'm gonna have some coffee. Hopefully it'll be a great view, and hopefully it won't storm or anything overnight. And then hike out. I gotta get out before 5 o'clock, and I'm definitely gonna be able to manage that, just because it's like a couple of miles downhill. And then onto the parking lot, and then from home from there. Heading back to the campsite after eating dinner. It's still light out. Must be around 7:30, 7:40, maybe 8. And so one thing to note is that in that stand of trees over there, actually I think in that one, there's another campsite and someone's set up over there. Saw him walking around in that juniper. And so the trail to my campsite, that's not it. Trail to my campsite, I think, is right over this way. There's actually 2 campsites here. I took the slightly better one. I mean, honestly, if you look around, the weather looks good. Obviously, the forecast can change at any time, but I don't think I'm going to get dumped on or hailed on. I mean, I could see wind being an issue, but I am up against these trees. I think I might have passed my... Yeah, I walked past it. All right, whoopsies. More walking today. And I'm walking around in my Crocs on top of a mountain. That's not it. I think the spot that I passed thinking it wasn't it, was it? Okay, yeah, here it is. All right, because you can see we got some dirt. So this was one of the tent pads, which, not too bad if you're like desperate. Obviously you're exposed AF, but it's gonna be great. I feel like it's a little high, like I was saying earlier, but I'll be all right. Hopefully it's clear tonight like it has been all day and right now, so I can see some epic stars. And here's my little slice of heaven. All right. Well, gonna go chill in the tent and wind down. Well, back in the tent, got everything set up. Got my sleeping bag chilling. It's my quilt sleeping bag. Probably gonna zip it up all the way tonight and use it like a regular sleeping bag because it might be colder up here. That's my air mattress. Got my pack behind me. Pretty much all my stuff's in here. And wow, what an amazing day. Probably the most elevation gain I've ever had in a single day. I'll have to verify that when I look at the data later, but it felt that way. And probably went over 12 miles. I'll have to, I'll look at that later as well. But great day. Felt good despite the fact that it was such a strenuous load in terms of climbing. Like I was going over three 1,200 foot passes in one day. Not an easy task. Despite the fact that I've been pretty inactive throughout the pandemic, my body felt pretty good throughout the day. I didn't really feel weak. I just need to shed some pounds so it's easier to hike around, get back into my pre-pandemic shape. But anyway, all things considered, great day, super stoked, and probably just gonna hit the hay and I don't know, it's 8:30. I probably won't be able to sleep until it gets dark, but just gonna wind down, get into my sleeping clothes and just chill, take it easy, get off my feet. And looking forward to a big day, or not a big day, but looking forward to getting off the mountain tomorrow. All right, well, it's a little past 7, probably around 7, it's 7:40. And got my tent packed up, got my camp squared away. Got all my stuff, kind of chilling right over there, and all I'm doing right now is blowing up some water to make some coffee. Great sleep last night, clear skies, wasn't really windy. I mean, every once in a while there'd be like just a little breeze, but it wasn't like a gust or anything like that. So all things considered, great camp night. Didn't have to worry about camping in this exposed terrain at all. But anyway, I'm gonna get this coffee in me, and then I got about 5.5 miles to go today. All right, well, got everything good to go. Got my pack on, campsite's clean, have my coffee, about to hit the trail and send it for about 5.5 miles. So I came up on some grouse. I've seen 3 of them just in this area. Oop. Hey, grousies. Nice. All right, well, walking through, I think this is juniper, these bushes, but this is great. The entire rest of the trip is downhill. Doesn't seem, I don't know if it's gonna be about this steep or steeper, but I'm cruising on this stuff. I feel like I can easily maintain a 3 mile per hour-ish pace going down here. So, I don't know, probably take me 2.5 hours or so. Probably not even. Probably take me an hour and a half actually, if I'm going 3 miles an hour. But it sure is fun walking through these bushes, I guess. Got another stream crossing. Not sure which route I'm gonna take. This looks like there's plenty of options here. Not the shabbiest path. But I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. I'm walking. I'm able to go at a pretty good clip after tweaking my right ankle a little bit. It really wasn't that bad, to be honest, but just having to be a lot more conscious of like where I'm actually stepping, because I don't want to aggravate it even more. And yeah, it feels good. I mean, my boots are great support. But what happened was I was standing on that river, the bed of the river or whatever, trying to figure out which way I wanted to go, and I stepped down and I caught a rock and rolled it like that, like it went in, like my foot went inside, and felt a little sharp shooting pain. Didn't feel anything like, popping or anything like that. Obviously, I probably wouldn't be able to walk on it right now. But put me in, coach. I'm ready. But like I said, I just have to be a little bit more careful about my foot placement as I'm walking down to kind of avoid aggravating it. Don't want to become immobilized with still, I don't know, probably like 4 miles to go. Yeah, I'm able to move. Trail's not bad. The only problem is there's a lot of rocks and stuff, and that stepping on rocks, you got to be careful that you're squared up when you land on the rock, because I don't want to step on a slope on the rock and then roll my ankle into the same spot. Anyway, I'm probably just worried about it for no reason. I'll be out here in no time. But it's got me thinking, should I leave my boots on when I'm driving to contain the swelling, if it even is going to swell? Because my other pair of shoes are Crocs. Thank God for cruise control. Because maybe I can just keep the boots on and then won't have to use the pedal as much. Because it's not fun driving in big boots. All right. Enough jabbering. Another river crossing. Looks like branch to branch might be the way to go. Although some other folks were going across up this way. I'm gonna go branch route. So I ended up going across those trees, and then pretty much going where these dudes are going, skipping across these rocks right here. Although I did it much more gracefully and swiftly. Not to brag. On my way back, not sure if that's Crater Lake or not. But maybe I'm heading that way. Trail's been cool. I'm cruising. Probably gone over halfway back. It's a great day. Been passing a lot of people coming the other way. I just passed this group right here, actually. 28 miles and 8,000 feet climbing later. Back to Maroon Bells Lake.
You fell asleep.
You did?
And just making my way back to the parking lot. Gonna catch a shuttle and call it all in all good time. And really glad that I decided to take some time to do this. Maybe I'll give you guys an update as I'm making my way back to the car. All right, well, I'm in Aspen at the bus stop, getting ready to hop on the bus and go back to the parking lot. I think I'm actually at the wrong, I think I need to be across the street. All right, whoopsies. All right, I'm at the Brush Creek Park and Ride Intercept lot, or whatever it's called. This is my final destination. Just a little bit more walk in, and then I gotta drive back from, it's about a 3.5 hour ride, drive back, maybe more. Might stop in Glenwood Springs, who knows. Relieved to see my truck still here. That's great. You're technically not supposed to park in here for more than 24 hours, but when I called the transit authority, they were just like, just don't park in the paved section. So, crisis averted. Would suck to, like, you know, come back off of a really long hike to a towed truck. But yeah, it's great hike. I'm feeling great. My ankle didn't really bother me at all the rest of the way down. And, well, there's my truck. And I'm gonna call it. Back of my truck got some AC going. Didn't see any like parking tickets or anything, but I did see some chalk marks on my tires. Both of my rear tires have chalk marks on them, so hopefully I don't get any surprises in the mail. So I'm about to head back to my place out in Lafayette, and just want to reiterate another great hike in the bag. I've had my eyes on Fort Pass Loop for quite some time. Wanted to do it last summer. Had this week off just because of work and figured, well, what's a better time to do it? The weather was great. I had clear skies pretty much every day, and couldn't have asked for a better outcome. And I was able to accomplish the hike in the designated time that I had allotted for it. Because it's such a strenuous hike, I wasn't sure if it was a bit much to try and do it in 3 days. Or 2 days, yeah, 3 days, probably 2 days actually, because I left at 12 and I left at 12 on Tuesday, and it's about 12 o'clock right now on Thursday. So 2 full days of hiking, 3 calendar days, 2 nights. Well, anyway, I really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed watching my struggles and trekking and the scenery and everything that that hike had to offer. See you next time.